You know that feeling when you walk into like a massive sports bar and there's this giant wall of TVs?
Oh yeah, seamlessly stitched together, showing the big game across 4 screens.
Right. It just looks like magic. But behind that magic is, well, usually a little metal box doing some incredibly intense math. So welcome to today's deep dive. We are demystifying the hidden technology that powers those massive multi-screen video walls you see everywhere.
Exactly. And our source material today is the actual specs of a commercial device. It's the WolfPack 4K 60 Hz 2x4 video wall controller by HDTV Supply.
Okay, let's unpack this. How does a relatively small box take a giant digital image and, split it across multiple screens without creating a pixelated, distorted mess?
Well, it really comes down to the core input and output math. It takes up to a 4K resolution input at 60 Hz via HDMI or DisplayPort usually, and distributes it across four 1080p HDMI outputs.
Wow, okay. Because 4K is literally the exact resolution of four 1080p screens, right? Like arranged in a 2x2 grid.
You got it. So it maintains a true pixel-to-pixel digital display.
Yeah.
It's mapping perfectly.
I mean, it's kind of like a master puzzle maker, right? Taking a massive, totally flawless 4K painting and just precisely slicing it into four smaller 1080p puzzle pieces so they fit together perfectly.
That's a really great analogy. But the screens themselves are where things get tricky. What's fascinating here is a feature called splicing edge adjustment, because if you just mathematically split an image strictly down the middle, it would actually look warped.
Oh, right, because of the physical gap, like the plastic bezels on the TVs.
Exactly. When you mount screens side by side, those plastic frames create a dead space. So the controller calculates the physical width of those bezels and effectively hides or, well, deletes the exact amount of pixels that would naturally exist behind that frame.
Wait, so it's literally tricking your brain into seeing a continuous image behind a multi-paned window?
Yeah. It prevents the final image from looking disconnected where the physical TV bezels actually meet.
That is so smart. Okay, so now that we know how it perfectly slices the image, how does it adapt to the physical layout of different rooms? Because sports bars don't just use perfect 2x2 grids anymore.
Right. Sometimes you see those massive horizontal ticker tapes made of 4 screens.
Yeah, exactly. So can it handle like weird geometries like a 1x4 strip?
It absolutely can.
Yeah.
It allows for multiple splice modes like 2x2, 1x4, 4x1. And it even supports rotating the image 90, 180, or 270 degrees to fit whatever custom layout you need.
Okay, that makes sense for the layout flexibility. But looking at the physical specs, I have to push back a bit because there's a wild contradiction here.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, this device weighs 5.5 pounds, but it only draws 10 watts of power. I mean, 5.5 pounds for a 10-watt box, that's essentially a brick. And it lists an extreme operating temperature range, too, like down to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit up to 122 degrees.
Right, yeah.
So what does this all mean? Who is installing a high-def video wall inside an industrial freezer?
I know it sounds totally extreme, but this really shows the industrial-grade resilience required for commercial AV gear. These things get shoved into unventilated drop ceilings, boiling server racks, or, freezing outdoor enclosures.
Oh, so the weight is basically all thermal shielding and robust housing.
Exactly. It's built to survive. And that hardware durability really matches its software flexibility, which is why it can be controlled via simple front buttons, a standard IR remote, or even complex RS-232 commands.
RS-232, those are those old school, ultra-reliable serial connections, right, for heavy-duty automation systems.
You nailed it. It's built for serious commercial integration.
Well, here's where it gets really interesting. When you look at all that, the industrial-grade shielding, the pixel-perfect rendering, you'd expect this thing to cost thousands. But this one 10-watt box provides professional-level routing for just $600.
Yeah, that price point is wild. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it explains why you should care. Commercial AV distribution has just become incredibly accessible.
Right. You don't need a stadium-sized budget to create an immersive visual experience anymore.
Exactly. You don't need a massive specialized engineering team. It completely democratizes this kind of technology.
It really does. Which leaves you with a pretty wild thought to mull over. As professional video wall controllers like the WolfPack become this affordable and flexible, how long until edge-adjusted multi-screen video walls just replace the standard single flat-screen TV in our own living rooms?
Honestly, it might be sooner than we think.
Right. Definitely something to think about the next time you see that giant seamless image at the sports bar. You now know exactly the kind of magic happening behind the scenes.